Welcome to a sunny and surprisingly kind of warm Maple Grove Raceway here in Reading, Pennsylvania. We are here to kick off the final 6-race stretch of the season, that being the NHRA countdown to the championship. And with it being close to the end of the season, that now officially means silly season is underway. And it kicked off in a massive way to start the week off heading into this race. We've had four major announcements regarding the 2026 season. It started off at the beginning of the week with Leah Pruitt announcing that she will officially be returning to Top Fuel in 2026. She's kicking her husband out of the car and taking back what rightfully belongs to her. Tony Stewart now without a ride. He has said he will be back in some form or capacity. How that is going to be, we're not sure yet, but we know for a fact he will be racing in NHRA in 2026. The next big shoe to drop. Josh Hart announced the following day that he was going to be selling his Top Fuel operation. And then almost immediately after that, Richard Freeman from Elite Motorsports announced he was going to be buying the team. The entire operation, all of his entities. So he's buying the car, he's buying the trailers, the parts, everything. So now Richard Freeman has officially put his hat into the ring for running Top Fuel. As well, the next announcement that came out yesterday was regarding the fact that now Tony Stewart Racing and Elite Motorsports are entering a kind of alliance sort of deal, both for their hospitality, which if you've ever seen Elite Motorsports' compound down there, they have one of the best hospitality trailer or whole setups in the entire sport. As well, for the marketing side, which Richard Freeman, if you don't know, is very hands-on in the sales department for his own business, so it's going to be massive for him. We did have an opportunity to catch up with Richard Freeman as well as Josh Hart to discuss this whole deal and how this is going to work, and as well what the future holds for both operations.
Protect your vehicle with peak original equipment technology. Our formulas match the vehicle manufacturer's technology requirements so that we have the perfect match for every vehicle.
Standing here with Josh Hart heading into the first race of the playoffs, and of course you had to drop kick us with a bombshell announcement to start the countdown. You're selling the team. Kind of a bit of a surprise for a lot of people. Take us through, the process of this and how this decision came to be to decide to sell your own operation.
So, it's obviously a very hard decision for us, but I've been a team owner my entire NHRA career, which is pushing 13 years now. And, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with owning your own team. You've got payroll and rent and logistics and lots of things that are easy to distract a good driver, And I love my team. I love NHRA. I love everything that everybody represents out here. And I have no intentions of going anywhere. So I was a little shocked that everybody took it as I was quitting. We're definitely not quitting. We will be driving something for sure in 2026. And you never know who I'll be driving for. But basically, it didn't come without a lot of thought and a lot of consideration. I think it's just mountains of pressure lifted off of us. I'm happy that it was Elite. They have nice stuff. They take care of their stuff. Richard Freeman and I have done business together before, and he's always been really good to me. It's easy to work with. So, we're not going anywhere.
And to go with this, you talked about Richard Freeman buying this. It was almost as soon as this was sold, it was announced that he bought it. Was it just that quick of a sale, or was this, something that's been in the works for weeks and you talking to Richard?
So, believe it or not, it really was that quick. He actually broached the subject maybe 2 weeks prior, and so we didn't actually have a deal until like the day before the announcement. So in a 2-week span, we sold the entire operation. And, he's been fabulous to deal with on past business transactions that were equally as fast, and this one did not disappoint.
And for most people, you look up and down the pits, a lot of these guys, even the new owners, it's stuff that they've already been running and they just bought it from Don Schumacher. You built this team yourself and you turned it into a national event winning contender, and you've been one of the top guys in the class to go out there and build this team yourself. How hard is that to walk away from something like this, considering you talked about spending 13 years building something up and, just in the span of, like you said, 2 hours, now it's all gone?
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it, but the truth is I'm not afraid to do it all over again either. So, the guys behind me are amazing. Nothing but love and respect for them. But owning your own team is different than just driving for somebody else. you have to have a clear mind, and I felt like I wasn't doing either one at the top of my game. So, you know, you get up there and you're trying to cut a light and you're thinking about invoices, you know, or, you know, you show up and a guy that hasn't worked for you asks you for a raise on the first race, you know, and you're like, why am I dealing with this right now? You know, I'm here to have fun. I want to race. I want to be competitive. I want to win, you know, so it was, again, a very hard decision. I'm not shy. Like if the opportunities that I think are coming don't happen, I'll build it all over again.
And as well with this, you've been partnering with R&L Carriers for the past couple of years. When you make this move or wherever you're going to go, are they going to follow you, or are you going to start over and have a new partner for 2026?
My relationship with R&L Carriers is absolutely second to none. They are an awesome family-owned company. I have no intentions of parting ways with them at all, and I do not think that they have any intentions of parting ways with me. I have a personal relationship with the owner and the family, and I just can't believe that anybody would even think that. But, you know, truth is, wherever I go, I'll bring them with me, even if it's for free.
And on top of this as well, you've also been running classes like Factory Stock Showdown in the past. We've seen you in the station lanes time and time again running the class. Is this also you parting like ways with that car, or is this all staying together and you're, regardless of where you go, you're still going to be running two classes?
Yeah, so the Factory Showdown class is amazing. Like, you're still shifting gears, you're pulling the front tires off the ground. It's just awesome. On a 9-inch tire, a 7-second car, that's pretty awesome. But it was never intended for me to actually drive that car for a full season. The truth is, I was going to shake it down, and we ordered that car for my wife. But my daughter came at the exact same time as that car showed up. So the car got shelved, and Dave Davies has been great. He convinced me to bring it out and run with him this year. I've had a lot of fun. But I probably will not be able to compete in Factory Stock Showdown next year. That doesn't mean that now that my daughter's 5 years old, maybe my wife will get caught testing and bringing that car back out.
And to end this all off, you have 6 races left with this car now, and then when you leave Pomona, you're no longer a team owner, and this car is no longer going to belong to you. What are you going to miss the most about this, and how hard is it going to be to walk out of Pomona knowing that this crew that you have, this car that you have, your trailers, everything that you've built up, you know, you're going to be walking away from that by the time we leave Pomona in a couple months?
I'm proud. I'm proud. These guys all will be fine. They have jobs, and if they don't have jobs, I'm making them offers to come down to Bernie's, you know, to work for me down there. So I will make sure no matter what, everybody lands softly. And, you know, I stood back in Vegas at the beginning of the season, and I looked at this, and I started thinking about options. And I'm proud of what we all built here together. But bottom line is, again, a heavy weight has been lifted off me. I think I'll be a better driver. I think I'll be a better advocate for our sponsors. And just be able to enjoy the moment. You know, not everybody gets to do this. I'm very blessed to be out here, and I never ever take it for granted. So I'm relieved, and I'm even more relieved that it's going to an awesome team like Elite. I'm sure they've got more announcements to make, so it's only up, up, up from here.
So kicking off the countdown here this weekend in Reading, but of course silly season just around the horizon, and you of all people had to go ahead and drop kick us with the announcement of your intentions of once again going Top Fuel Racing and buying Josh Hart's program. Just take us through this whole process. I know this has been something that you've been working towards wanting to do, but where did this conversation start with Josh Hart, and how did the deal end up happening for you to buy his whole operation out from him?
Well, you know, we've been looking for the last couple of years to do something, and you know, I've had many conversations with Josh over the last couple of years. I've had conversations with the Torrances, and it just felt like it was the right time. So just to be clear, to make everything clear to the public, we've purchased the assets, but we will not field that car unless it's funded properly. We don't have any desire running up down the track. We want to win, and so, you know, we got a long way to go. You know, Josh needs to finish his year. We need to finish our year, and you know, it's an exciting thing for us. It's a big announcement for us. It's a big announcement for me. As a kid, I enjoyed watching those cars. My passion is here in pro stock, but I also see the value in fuel cars, and with the alliance with Tony Stewart and his operation and his people, it just seems like it's the right fit for us.
And you just mentioned the other announcement as well was your alliance with Tony Stewart Racing and Tony himself. To have someone like that with his assets of his media campaign and his marketing team that he has around him, I've been told how hands-on you are with this program. To have someone like him to not only help you step into Nitro Racing as a team owner full-time, but also have his help just trying to put all this together to run this entire operation. How much of an asset is he going to be in the future of this program?
Well, Tony's an asset to anyone. I mean, he's an unbelievable driver, and we have a whole stable. You know, he's got Matt and Leah, and at the end of the day, it's about thought processes and people. And Tony's ideas and mine align very good, and you know, we're a lot alike, and we see the need for different things, and Tony's just a racer, and it doesn't matter if it's a pro stock car, a top fuel car, a USAC car. That's what he wants to do. So, you know, when you start talking about the help, you know, Leah's probably the biggest factor in that, because people don't get it, but she is very, very intelligent, and we've spent a lot of time, many hours at night, talking about putting this together, and it come together well, and I think there's a lot of exciting things on the horizon.
And one of the challenges that comes with running a nitro car, you know, you're on the pro stock cars, the big difference, cost, just because of having to swap out parts every single run. It's a lot for one team owner just to try and get the parts necessary to buy a whole operation as basically a turnaround key kit or a turnkey operation. How much of an opportunity was that to say, I can't pass this up? If this is for sale, I just got to go grab it?
Well, I'm particular on the stuff that I would buy, and I'll be real honest with you. Kudos to Josh Hart's program. The minute I walked in and was shown around, I said, okay, this is something that Richard Freeman would buy. Forget about performance or anything like that. Those guys up there keep a very tight ship. Their stuff is clean, it's meticulous, and that's the kind of things we like. So that was probably what pushed me over the edge, that was the right deal for me to purchase.
You talk about, you know, you don't want to just go up and run down the racetrack with a blank car. This needs to be funded. You have to find the right people to work on this car. You have that connection now with Tony. You guys have a lot of crossover in terms of sponsors that are on those cars. In terms of percentage-wise, how close is this to being a possibility that we will see you out there in 2026, even if it's not full-time, even a part-time deal? How close is that to being able to say, yes, we can pull this off?
Oh, I think it's real close. I mean, we don't have a dollar yet, but we're pretty confident in how we do things. And the partners that we have today with Jason Johnson and Joe Janik and Mark Melling and just a slew of people that are involved in our program, C-Tech guys. I mean, we offer something that is unique and we believe to be coveted, and that's what we hope to bring to the table, and we look forward for potential partners, new partners, maybe people that haven't even been in the sport, and we're working diligently on that. My team, Tony's team, and see if we can put something together.
And as well, now you're jumping into Nitro in a time where it's very unique because of the fact that IHRA has returned. You're very heavily set an NHRA team over here in Pro Stock. With the costs in mind, is IHRA a possibility for you to make that crossover just to try and get some runs in to see where this car is going to be at when you make those first passes?
I don't think at this time. You know, I think what Daryl's doing over there is fantastic. Anybody that spends money in the world of drag racing is a fan of mine. So, you know, but as far as we are NHRA guys, and you know, not saying that can't change, but right now we have put all of our chips in right here, and we're working with the NHRA to make sure that we can support our sport and continue where we're at. I've got a lot invested here, and to pick up and go somewhere else just isn't in my in what I'm thinking.
And the last question to end us off, one of the big circles surrounding 2026 is where Tony's going to end up. We just announced this week Leah's taking the car. He's now out of a ride. Many people have pointed to this team as where he might land, whether that's in Pro Stock or now with this announcement, that dragster. You don't have to say yes or no. Where is that talks at of maybe trying to get someone like Tony Stewart into one of your cars? And is that something that's in the talks right now for 2026?
What I would say to that is stay tuned.
And that is going to wrap up this video. We still have the recap to look forward to. It's going to be a little bit different because of the fact that I've been having to run around and get interviews for separate videos, but do expect a big announcement regarding Brittany Ford. She just announced her retirement from the sport. She did say it's not a full retirement. There is an opportunity for her to come back, but she is stepping away from Top Fuel Racing as it stands for this moment. In the future, as she looks to start a family, we did get to hear from her. That will be in our Friday recap. As for the rest of this weekend, we're going to have a lot to look forward to, courtesy of our friends over at Peak Performance. Thank you to them for sending us out here to this weekend for this event. It was my first time out here. Beautiful racetrack, probably one of my favorite drives I've ever had coming to a racetrack. I can't wait to see how this weekend's going to go. Probably going to set some more national records to top it off. And of course, with everything wrapped around it, the countdown to the championship. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button down below. Tell me who you think is going to be in that Elite Motorsports Top Fuel Drag for 2026, as well as where you think Josh Hart is going to land for 2026. Be sure to follow us on social media as well. Mighty Mac on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And until tonight, this is Mighty Mac. We'll see you next time.